Hope, what's your question for Hale?
Hi. So I guess I didn't know if you had any advice for, because I've started in theater. That's where my background is, and I was a huge fan of the show Smash, and so I didn't know if you had any advice on making that transition from theater to film, and how that kind of works in navigating that kind of transition, because it is a massive transition going from theater to film, and kind of figuring out what works on stage versus what works on film. And, ultimately they're completely different.
Yeah. I mean, I came from theater like you. So when I was auditioning for theater in New York, walking into the room, I felt less pressure for some reason than for film and TV. I think because theater was sort of like what I understood the most, but also part of that was because when you're reading for a play, there's sort of an understanding that while you need to be familiar with the material, you don't have to know it cold turkey, and you can kind of come in and take it off the page. One of my strengths is cold reading and taking it off the page. So if I feel like I understand a play or a character that I'm auditioning to play for a theater production, and I do my work on it, I can kind of run wild in the audition room without worrying about whether I'm going to flub up a line or not, because I have the pages in my hand. Reading, there's sort of like, I guess there can be mixed messaging about like how to prepare for film auditions. A lot of people think that you need to be like 100% off book, like no questions. And I think if that's a skill set of yours and you do really well with that, then definitely do that. And if you can, and if you have the time, sure, get off book. But also, like, if you're taping yourself from home and they're asking you to prepare 12 pages for this network procedural, and you have all this like medical dialogue that like, it's not, it's just, there are ways of scrolling your lines on your iPad. There are ways of taping up the speech on your eyeline. The hard part that it's going to take you days to remember if you don't, really have the time to work towards it. So I would say, make it fun for yourself somehow. Make it easier than hard work is necessary like a lot of the time. And if you get the job, you're going to have to do the work and show up and make it work and be great.